Hey you guys, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, part 2 of the Lynker review series. Now, if you didn't catch the first video, that one was over there. It was the Lynker gravity-enabled salt and pepper shakers. But right now, this is part 2 of this video because you know that I had so much fun showing you that one that I kind of went on and showed you everything about everything, and it went a little long. So I cut this into 2 parts. And so this video is totally just about the salt and pepper grinders that you can do other spices inside of. You guys, if you like spices, stay tuned because this guy is going to revolutionize your spice game. It's so fun. I had so much fun testing these out for you, and I am super excited that since that video, I actually had them out for a barbecue and people were fascinated. They loved this idea and concept. So you don't have to believe me. Just watch this review and then you can decide for yourself. But I can think of a million things that this is gonna be so handy for. Of course, the biggest one, you'll see, no more twigs. All right, you guys, let's get on to this adventure. Let's go. So this is the USB rechargeable electric salt and pepper grinder. Now what's different about these ones is these ones can grind anything. Anything that is, let's see, what is the word that they used? Pepper, coarse salt, or other small lean ingredients. So there's a little typo here. Lynker, we'll get that figured out. But other small ingredients, like for instance, rosemary and thyme and crushed red pepper and cilantro, not cilantro, coriander. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to test it out on some coriander. So you get 2 grinders, you get a fancy brush, and that's what comes in that set. Well, you can get an accompanying set, which they sent me, which has an additional grinder and 2 extra spice containers. Oh, and a brush. So why would they do this? Well, I'm so glad that you asked because they're interchangeable. So today, if I want to do that spice, I will just put it on the bottom of the grinder, and now I'm going to do that over the top of my food and it'll be great. Now when I'm done, I just unclip it, say I want some coriander as well. We're gonna put this on and boom, look at that. That to me is pretty exciting. Now I have an empty one here. The only thing that I would suggest for these, Lynker, if you're watching, is I would love to have like labels so that I know what's in there. Like this one's easy. This is coriander, this is hot pepper, but I have rosemary and thyme here. And so I had to label the bottoms. It says rosemary and thyme because I don't want to mix those up. And I mean, obviously I can tell by looking at them, but the Joe average person that's in my kitchen maybe cannot. And I decided to put rosemary and thyme in these because I don't like twigs in my food. I know I've said it before, twiggy rosemary and thyme, I'm just not a fan. So I have started buying the crushed rosemary, but it's still kind of twiggy. And so I have the rosemary from the store that's just like twiggy. And then I have the rosemary that is crushed and it's still a little twiggy. So I want to find out if this can do a better job and make it more ground. Wouldn't that be exciting? So let's try the rosemary first. Now, here's another difference. Also, it comes with little airtight lids. These lids themselves aren't airtight, but say you have something like a mustard seed or something that you need to make sure that doesn't have any moisture, you can put the lid on and it just is an extra layer of protection in that jar. So that's really nice. All right, so this one has, the lid doesn't hinge, it just pops off. The inside, you have the same kind of mechanism where it turns just like everything else. So you turn it this way to make it really big, as you can see in there, and then you turn it this way to make it really fine. Because I want as fine as probably not powder, but we can see if it'll do powder. And back here we have an on and off switch where you just turn it on, and as soon as we turn it on, it's gonna start grinding. So this one is not gravity activated. You actually have to turn it on. So here we go. Oh, game changer. Game changer. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look how fine that is. No more twigs. Oh, that came from that. I'm sold. I'm buying one. Wait, I already have one, but I might buy one for someone else because that's cool. So now we'll do the switcheroo. So now I have, okay. Make sure you tap it a few times before you take it out. But looking at my paper at the moment, I can't help but giggle because side by side on the paper, big old twiggies and powder. This is a non-comparison. Like, this will change my world. I kid you not. I hate the twigginess of rosemary and thyme. That's amazing. I'm gonna put ground mustard in my other one. Not ground mustard, obviously. It doesn't have to be ground because I'm gonna grind it myself. I'm gonna put mustard seed and grind my own mustard. Now I'm gonna put my hot peppers on there. Now when I use hot peppers, obviously this is gonna be hot, so the next thing I use might have some hot remnants, but that's what this little brush is here for. You just clean it out and you're good to go. So here we go. Now we're gonna get like chili powder. I wouldn't call that one powder, but it's definitely more than the other one. So the difference between those two is pretty drastic as well. So think you're now not limited to what you can grind with your own salt and pepper grinders. Let's do, and I got 3 of these. So this is the coriander. Let's do the coriander next because the coriander is pretty fun. Oh, let me switch my grind to fine. So coriander seeds and coriander. Oh yeah, that's nice. And coriander is like cilantro. So basically I have cilantro powder or coriander powder. And let's see if I can, oh, that smells so good. Who needs a mortar and pestle when you have this kind of grinder? Oh my. This is, my mind is going everywhere. This is fantastic. Okay, what did I want to do? Let's do the thyme. It's time to do the thyme. Yep, I'm a nerd. Oh my. For those of you that don't like twigs, you have got to get you a set of these. Put a little sprinkle of this on it, and then I'm gonna give you a good close-up where, keep it on. That is the other thing that I think that I could use. I could use more lids so that whenever I take this off, I don't have to leave that spice on there because the next person can decide, because I'm not the only person that cooks in this kitchen. But that's just nitpicky. All right, so here is the ground thyme, like wow, and there is the not ground thyme. This is like powder, so powdery. All right, this is the rosemary and the ground rosemary powder. This is the chili peppers and the ground chili peppers. I'm not gonna touch that because I don't wanna have it in my eyeballs later. And then the coriander seeds and the powdered coriander. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so you already know, I mean, based on what I have said during this video, you know that I am impressed with this brand and what they're doing for the spice community. You can buy whole spices now and grind them up at home so they're fresher. That being said, the other day, I ran out of cinnamon. But I had cinnamon sticks in my cupboard. So I took my cinnamon sticks and I put them in my deluxe cooking blender and I made my own cinnamon. It was probably the best cinnamon I've ever eaten. Now, this says small things will be able to grind. This is not really small, but If I break it into pieces, does that mean that it will grind? It might take a little work, and let me just, that might be too rough. I don't know, because it is bark. We won't do the big ones, but we'll do the small ones. And if I can rough chop some like cinnamon bark, can I do my own cinnamon in this grinder? Into the grinder it goes. And we're gonna do this on pretty fine because it's cinnamon. Here we go. Let's see if we can do cinnamon. Oh no, there we go. There we go. If we shake it, okay. Yes, color me impressed. Lynker, I wanna know how to buy some more of these so that I can put some of my pre-dried, like my own personal spices in it. Like if you dry your own parsley, get it in one of these, then you can have, you know, ground, I don't know. You're talking, the world has opened up into the grinding of spices. You can make your own spice blends and grind them up. So like you can make your own Italian seasoning, put in some rosemary, some thyme, some oregano. If you want a little sugar, some salt, put them all in a grinder and you could do lemon pepper, which is just dried lemon peels and pepper. Oh my goodness, the options are limitless. I can see my son, who is really into cooking, really utilizing this idea because he likes to throw a lot of things together. And if we can dry the citrus so that it is ultra dry, it has to be very dry. The ingredients said there is no moisture allowed in these. It will gum it up. That makes sense. I think this is a yes. I think that if you like to grind your spices, or if you don't like twigs or large pieces of spices in your food, this grinder set is for you. Now, if you just like to buy your spices at the store that's already ground for you, okay, you don't need this set, but in comes this guy again. This is a great set. If you are in the market for a rechargeable salt and pepper grinder, I do really like these, and I feel like these will be in my house for a very long time. They're very sturdy. I really enjoy them. So that's it, you guys. That is my review on the Lynker salt and pepper gravity electric grinder set and the salt and pepper electric salt and pepper grinder USB rechargeable set. So pick yourself up one. I get nothing for this review. This is just a pure review because they sent me the products because they're like, you know what? I think you're gonna like this. I think you are gonna like this, and I think your people would like to see. And I think they're right. This is an excellent product. I look forward to seeing what they come up with in the future. Though, I do need some more containers. So I'm gonna find me some more containers so that all of my spices can be in little containers like this, because this container fit a whole jar of this. So not this one, but pretend this was rosemary. You gotta mark it on these containers too. All right, you guys. See? Twig free. We are twig free in this house now. I hate twigs. And this product is beautiful. It's beautiful, right? So if you missed the first review video, go ahead and jet back over there. Watch the gravity enabled salt and pepper shakers. I love them. They sit on my counter all of the time right over there. And let me just tell you that the grinders that you just saw are utilized in my kitchen all week long by all of the people in my household. We are loving them. I get paid nothing for this review, nothing. They sent them to me for honest review, and this is honest. They're cool. All right, you guys, well, that's it. That's it for me. I'm sure the next video will be something food related because I have a recipe. It's coming up right now. So I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Bye.